For decades, the map of North American culture looked pretty simple. It was a one-way street. American movies, music, and brands flowed north and south, defining what it meant to be modern. But that old map? It's fading. Something new, more complex, and far more interesting is being drawn. We are entering a new era of North American cultural exchange, a three-way conversation powered by technology, driven by youth, and flavored by a unique blend of identities. This isn't just about entertainment. It's about how we talk, what we eat, the stories we tell, and the very future of the North American identity. Welcome to North American Life. Today, we're exploring the future of North American cultural exchange. The single biggest engine for this new cultural conversation is, without a doubt, the digital world. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and streaming services have demolished the traditional gatekeepers. First, the algorithm doesn't care about borders. A viral dance challenge doesn't start in Los Angeles and trickle down anymore. It can start in Guadalajara, be remixed in Toronto, and become a trend in Texas all in 48 hours. The algorithm connects people based on interest, not nationality. This has democratized cool. A creator from Quebec City can have as much cultural impact as a major studio in Hollywood if their content resonates. Second is streaming's global strategy. Streaming giants have figured out that the best way to win a global audience is to tell hyper-local stories. They invest in Mexican thrillers, Canadian comedies, and American reboots of foreign formats. The result? A teenager in Ohio is now as familiar with the slang and style of Mexico City from a Netflix series as they are with a show set in New York. We are all becoming armchair cultural anthropologists, absorbing each other's nuances through binge watching. When cultures meet and mix with this much speed and intimacy, they don't just coexist, they fuse. This is where we see the most exciting future being built in the world of hybrid identity. The most delicious example is, of course, food. But this fusion goes far deeper. It's showing up in our language. Spanglish is no longer just a border phenomenon. It's a dynamic linguistic force, with new words and phrases constantly entering the vernacular on both sides of the border. Meanwhile, Canadian slang and political references find their way into online discourse in the US, and listen to the music. The dominant sound of the next decade might not be purely American hip-hop or Latin pop, but a seamless blend of all three English, Spanish, and French lyrics over production styles that borrow from Atlanta, Toronto, and Monterey. This isn't cultural appropriation. It's cultural collaboration. It's the creation of something new that could not have existed without the unique ingredients of all three nations. In the 20th century, cultural power was centralized. You had to go to Hollywood or New York. No longer. The future is multinodal. Toronto has long been Hollywood North, but it's now a cultural powerhouse in its own right. It's one of the most multicultural cities on Earth, and that diversity is its creative fuel, producing global stars and stories that reflect a blended identity. And then there's Mexico City. It's become a magnet for digital nomads, artists, and entrepreneurs from across the continent. This influx is creating a new, cosmopolitan energy, blending traditional Mexican culture with a pan-North American sensibility. It's not just exporting its culture. It's acting as a cultural lab where new ideas are tested and fused. These cities and others like them are becoming the new cultural capitals. They offer a different vibe, a different perspective, and in many cases, a lower cost of living that allows artists to take bigger risks. The creative energy isn't just moving south or north, it's circulating. Now, this exchange isn't always smooth. With this rapid blending comes real challenges we have to navigate. First, the authenticity question. As cultures mix, who has the right to tell which stories? When does appreciation become appropriation? The future demands a new level of cultural intelligence. It requires creators to collaborate with and credit the communities that inspire them, moving beyond superficial takes on deep cultural traditions. Second is the asymmetry of power. Let's be real. The United States still has an outsized cultural and economic influence. The flow isn't perfectly equal. The challenge for the future is to ensure that Canadian and Mexican cultures aren't just niche interests within a dominant American framework, but are truly equal partners in the conversation. This requires conscious effort from audiences to seek out content and creators from all three nations. And third, political friction. Politics can throw up walls, even as culture builds bridges. Trade wars and immigration debates create a friction that can slow down the exchange of people and ideas. The future of our cultural conversation is, in part, tied to our ability to manage our political and economic relationships with wisdom. So what does this all point to? The future of North American cultural exchange is not about becoming the same. It's not about a bland, homogeneous continent. It's about something much richer, the rise of a layered identity. It's now possible to feel deeply Mexican and fully American, to be proudly Quebecois and a digital citizen of North America, to feel a connection to the Pacific Northwest and the beaches of Baja California. The future is a mosaic, not a melting pot. Each piece retains its unique color and shape, but together, they form a picture far more interesting than any one part could alone. This interconnected, hybrid, and dynamic culture is the new North American life, and it's just getting started. What do you think? What's the coolest example of cultural fusion you've seen? A food trend, a musical artist, a slang word? Are you optimistic about this blended cultural future? I want to hear from you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. This conversation is just beginning. If you enjoyed this look into our continent's future, please hit that like button and subscribe to North American Life for more journeys into the heart of the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Thanks for watching.